Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to our distant learning program. So today is Thursday, which is the second day of our new month. And for today's lesson, we are going to study writing Bright 3 for our first sessions. So we will continue what we have learned from the previous session, which is the French Revolution. And in this video, we will focus on writing skill, which is building your paragraph. However, the theme of our lesson are based on infinitive and gerund again. You can find more information about the lessons on your book, which is on page 35. Now, without any further ado, let's start our main activities for today's lesson. So the main focus of this video is to help you to build your paragraph. As the course book name suggests, it is the Writing Bright 3, which focus on the writing skill. And from one unit to another unit, you have learned about the grammar structure of the English language. You study the present perfect, you study infinitive and gerund, you study passive. All those main language points will help you a lot in your writing skill. That is why in that book, we focus mostly on the language structure. However, at the end of every unit, you will ask to build your paragraph based on the topics that you have learned. So before we move on to the main point, we want to know what is paragraph. So the definitions of the paragraph. Paragraph is a writings that contain the topics. So in every paragraph, if you read a lot of books, you can see on the top of the paragraph, they have the topics. It can be the name of the reading passage or just a few words to tell the reader what is the paragraph about. In one paragraph, it mostly focus on one or two main ideas. So main idea are the important idea or the important message that the writer wants the reader to know and to understand. What is the paragraph about? So this is the main idea. In order to support the main idea, you need to give reason, you need to give example, you need to give the events, so on and so forth. And those we call the detailed informations. So what are the process of writing the paragraph? What are the main point? So here are the main point in paragraph writing. First, you need to think about the title of your paragraph. What do you want to write about? And then choose a topic sentence, which is the main idea. What do you want your reader to know? What do you want your reader to learn? So topic sentence, mostly it is only one sentence, but it contains the whole idea of your paragraph. Let's say the technique on how to study English. This is the title of your paragraph. And the main idea, you need to answer those questions. You need to tell your reader how many techniques that are you use in order to learn the language. Let's say to study the language or to study English, I have four or three techniques to share with all of you today. So these are the topic sentence. The reader immediately know what you want them to know immediately after they just finish reading the first sentence. And for the detailed informations, you need to give example, you need to give more informations, you need to give evidence to support your topic sentence, which is the main idea of your paragraph. Last but not least, it's similar to the speaking skill as well. You need to end your writing properly, which is the conclusion part. In paragraph, it also has a conclusion part. And this conclusion part generally, a short writing, for example, one or two sentences, in order to conclude or to summarize what you have wrote in the whole paragraph. Right now, you have a clear view of what paragraph is and how to start writing your paragraph, what you need to include in your paragraph writing. Now, let's look at some of the exercise related to our lesson. And in this exercise, the topic of these is based on the previous lesson, which is the French Revolutions. So for this activity, we have a short paragraph writings, which is the summary of what you have learned from the previous session. What you need to do here is just to look at the bold word and then decided to put the infinitive correctly. So let's start reading this. After the French Revolutions, the revolutionary government began, okay, the countries. So began to rule the country. People hope to have a better life under the new government, but the new government didn't seem, okay, to do their job very well. They killed a lot of people and became more and more violent. People's life didn't get any better. The new government failed to make France a better country like they hoped and promised to do. As you notice, everyone, when we do this exercise, the word in bold are the keyword for you to decide whether to use to infinitive or gerund. Actually, these four words are automatically used with the to infinitive. Okay, good. Now let's move on to the last activity for today's lesson, which is the writing activities. Before you start your writing, here look at the sample writing here. What the topic is, they are talking about hobby changings. So hobby refer to the activities that you like to do when you have free time, and these focus on how your hobby change. What you need to do is to write a short paragraph similar to this. And remember, in the paragraph writing, you need to make sure you know what your title is, your main idea, your supporting detail, and your conclusion. However, we would like to focus on the language point, which is to infinitive and gerund. So all the words highlight in yellow here are the verb that we need to use with to infinitive or gerunds. So let's look at this paragraph writing and pay close attention to this. I was not very active before. I like reading books or watching TV at home. I don't enjoy doing outdoor activities, but I have changed a lot. Now I prefer to spend more time outdoors. I like playing basketball with my friends. I like running and swimming. I also enjoy inline skating very much. So that's it, everyone. As you can see how the hobby change. It can totally change. In the past, the writer was not very active. He just stay in his house watching TV or reading the book. Now his hobby changed. In his free time, he prefer to spend his time outdoor playing with his friend. So what I would like you to do is to think of your old and new hobbies and how it changed, and write a short paragraph about your changes. And don't forget, everyone, to use to infinitive and gerund effectively. So everyone, that's it for our first video sessions today. And if you have any questions or some doubt that you want to ask, feel free to ask in your online study group, because your home teacher will always be there to help you. Now everyone, that's it for the first video sessions, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.